For centuries, a simple kitchen mixture of garlic and lemon juice has been a kind of go-to folk remedy. But what happens when that traditional recipe gets put under the intense microscope of modern science? Well, let's dive in and see what the researchers have actually found. And the stakes here could not be higher. We are talking about cardiovascular disease, a condition that takes an estimated 17 million lives every single year. I mean, it is a massive global health problem, so you can imagine that any effective treatment, especially one this simple, would be a complete game changer. So that really brings us to the big question, right? Does this stuff have any real, measurable effect, or is this whole thing just an old wives' tale? Well, we are going to follow the scientific evidence step by step and find out exactly what's going on. Okay, our first stop on this journey is a proper randomized clinical trial. Its goal was simple: measure the mixture's effect on some of the biggest risk factors for heart disease. We're talking high cholesterol and high blood pressure. So, what I love about this study is the setup. It's so clean. Scientists took 112 people, right, and split them into four different groups. One group got the garlic and lemon juice combo, another got just garlic, a third got just lemon juice, and the last group, they got neither. This design is absolutely crucial because it lets us see if the magic is in the individual ingredients or in the combination. And wow, the results were pretty striking. The group taking both garlic and lemon juice saw their bad LDL cholesterol, that's the gunk that clogs your arteries, it dropped by an average of almost 30 points. That was a way bigger drop than in any of the other groups. But the effect on total cholesterol was even more dramatic, a drop of over 40 points for the mixture group. This just brilliantly shows the power of synergy, right? The two ingredients together were way more powerful than either one was on its own. And it didn't stop at cholesterol. The study found a huge reduction in blood pressure, too. The top number, the systolic, dropped by 37 points, and the bottom number, the diastolic, dropped by 24. I mean, for a simple dietary change over just 8 weeks, those are really, really significant improvements. So that first study looks incredibly promising, for sure. But how does this mixture actually stack up against other natural remedies? Well, for that, let's move on to a much larger analysis to find out. Now, this next piece of evidence is so powerful because it's what's called a meta-analysis. Basically, researchers gathered all the data from 76 different clinical trials. We're talking over 2,800 people to get this big bird's-eye view of what really works for high blood pressure. And here's the kicker. When the scientists ranked all the natural products they studied, and they looked at everything like sour tea, olive leaf, saffron, you name it, what do you think came out on top? Yep. The combination of garlic and lemon juice. It was found to be the single most effective natural intervention for lowering both the top and bottom blood pressure numbers. Period. Okay, so lowering risk factors is one thing, but what about people who already have heart disease? Can this mixture do more than just prevention? Could it actually, reverse existing damage? This right here is the ultimate test. So, to really get what this next study is about, we need to know what we're looking for. Atherosclerotic plaque. It's basically this hard, waxy stuff that builds up inside your arteries. It narrows them, it restricts blood flow, and it is the physical problem at the heart of coronary artery disease. So, with that in mind, researchers designed a study to ask a very, very specific question. They took high-risk patients, people who had already had a heart attack and had documented blockages in their arteries. The question was, could 3 months of this garlic and lemon juice therapy actually shrink that plaque? To find out, the researchers used angiograms to get a direct look inside the arteries. Before the treatment, the average blockage was about 49.3%. After 3 months, it was 48.5%. You see? The change was so tiny it wasn't considered statistically significant. The plaque was still there. And that leads us to the official conclusion from the study, which contains a really fascinating twist in our story. The researchers wrote, no significant change was observed in atherosclerotic plaques. But then they added this absolutely crucial phrase, although it resulted in symptomatic benefits. Symptomatic benefits. So what on earth does that mean? It means that even though the physical blockages didn't really shrink, the patient's quality of life improved dramatically. They reported way less chest pain, which is called angina, and maybe most importantly, they needed fewer follow-up procedures like stents or bypass surgeries. They felt better.
Okay, so we've looked at three key pieces of evidence. We've seen a clinical trial, a huge meta-analysis, and a really intensive study on high-risk patients. Let's pull it all together now and get to the final verdict.
So here's the bottom line from our deep dive into the science. This mixture, it is a powerful tool for lowering both total and bad LDL cholesterol. It is the top-rated natural product for reducing blood pressure according to a massive scientific review, and for patients who are already sick, it can be incredibly helpful for reducing their symptoms and delaying the need for more invasive procedures. But, and this is a really critical but, it does not appear to be some miracle cure that just melts away the plaque that's already there. It's a pretty fascinating outcome, isn't it? This simple, ancient remedy has now been validated by modern science as a potent tool for managing huge cardiovascular risk factors and just making patients' lives better. And it really leaves you wondering, if a little garlic and lemon juice can do all of this, what other powerful health solutions might just be hiding in plain sight?